Sleep, rest, and energy in motherhood. How you can get more rest with less sleep. I cannot remember the last time I got a full night of sleep without a tiny human waking me up in the middle of the night. And honestly, I wasn't really getting great sleep when I was pregnant either. So it's been more than 5 years. Over 5 years without a full night of sleep. That is taking a toll on me, and I am so sure there are so many mothers out there that can relate to this. Mothers need more support. Sleep is so important for our health, but most of us just aren't getting enough sleep. I'm a single mom, so I don't have the luxury of taking turns with a dad who would wake up with the kids at night, but honestly, I've heard that most moms, even if there is a dad in the picture, are still the ones who are waking up with the kids. There are huge consequences for women who aren't getting enough sleep. It affects our health even more than it does for men. So what happens when you don't get enough sleep? Sleep is essential for balancing your hormones, which affects your menstrual cycle and menopause symptoms and even your stress levels. It actually makes menopause symptoms worse when you're not getting enough sleep. Anxiety and depression are linked to a lack of sleep. Sleep is necessary for your brain to function and to help you cope with the challenges you face every day as a mother. Not getting enough sleep makes you more overwhelmed. And as a mama, you are already overwhelmed enough by your children. The overwhelm that you are experiencing that causes you to boil over and yell at your kids is caused by the lack of sleep. You would be able to cope with the chaos of motherhood more easily if you were getting enough sleep. Your ability to regulate your emotions and stay calm during the day is dependent on the sleep you get at night. Not getting enough sleep makes every decision, every task, and every problem so much harder. Sleep is necessary for your physical health. Not getting enough sleep at night has been proven to increase your chances of getting diabetes, heart disease, obesity, and even cancer. Your body goes into rest and repair mode every night. If you aren't getting enough sleep, then your body is not getting enough time to rest and repair. Not getting enough sleep weakens your immune system, so you get sick more often. Mothering while sick is the hardest thing in the world. You probably know that. And unfairly, men do not suffer from these same consequences when they don't get enough sleep. They can actually handle not sleeping as much better. So if they lose out on sleep, they'll be fine. But women, when we lose out on sleep, we get sick. Yet, women are the ones expected to be up all night with the kids and then running after them all day. So how much sleep do you need? Unfortunately, 7 hours is the bare minimum. Consistently getting less than 7 hours of sleep each night will negatively affect your health in all the ways that I just said. You'll be more irritable, your brain won't work, and your body will suffer. You need to be getting at least 7 to 9 hours of sleep every night, but you're a mama, so I'm sure you are chronically sleep deprived, which means you're gonna need even more sleep to make up for the years of being sleep deprived. You really need to be getting 9 to 10 hours of sleep at night to make up for the years that you weren't sleeping enough. How could you possibly get more sleep? Well, maybe you have a partner and you can show him the facts about how sleep deprivation doesn't affect men the same way it affects women, and he can pick up the slack and let you sleep. Maybe you have a village to call on, someone who could help you at night and make sure you're getting enough sleep. But for most moms, it's just not possible. We just can't get enough sleep. Our kids are gonna wake up, or they're not gonna go to bed on time, or they're gonna wake up early, or they're just gonna want mama, and we just can't get the sleep that we need. It just isn't possible in this season of our lives. One day they'll grow up and we can get 10 hours of sleep at night, but that's not happening anytime soon. Thankfully, I do have a solution. You live at my house and you'll keep waking me up all night? Okay. So I'm never gonna be getting 10 hours of sleep. Perfect. The solution is yoga nidra. Yoga nidra is a yoga practice where the entire time you're just lying down with your eyes closed and listening to basically a guided meditation, but it brings your brain into the delta theta waves, which is the same as getting deep rest. 1 hour of yoga nidra is like getting 4 hours of sleep, but you can't replace sleep entirely with just doing yoga nidra. But what I like to do is right before bed, I'll do a yoga nidra practice. So if I'm only getting like 4 hours of sleep, but I'm doing a yoga nidra practice, it kind of tricks my mind and my body into thinking I got a full 8 hours of sleep. I will link below to a free yoga nidra practice that I created that you can try. Other yoga practices can help you have more energy throughout the day, but I had to change the way I practice yoga when I became a mom. I can't actually wake up and do an hour of yoga. I can't go to a yoga studio. I can't even scroll on YouTube to find a practice because those are like 30-45 minutes long and someone's gonna interrupt me. So I created Yoga for Moms. I created yoga practices designed for moms, which are short and simple, and you can do them even if your kids are right next to you. I have 5 yoga practices to hold you through motherhood, including a yoga nidra practice designed specifically for mothers. It also has a 2-minute meditation for when you're overwhelmed and about to lose your shit. You can practice that meditation even if you can't leave and like your kids are right here. You can still do the meditation. It has a 10-minute yoga practice, a morning yoga practice, a 15-minute yoga class for more energy. I'll link below the 5 yoga practices for mamas that you can try today. Make sure you check it out. So in conclusion, sleep as much as you can, supplement with yoga nidra, and practice yoga during the day to get more energy. I hope this motivated you to take better care of yourself, get more sleep, and to practice yoga. Remember to check out those 5 yoga practices designed for mamas. I'll leave a link below. Thank you. I will see you next week.